For the second straight season, San Marcos High School is playing for the CIF Southern Section Division IV Championship, but standing in their way is a very talented Santa Fe Chiefs team. Elia Lipner was on the mound for the Royal as she was doing what she does best and throwing some heat. The Royal went up against Jessica Lopez, who was also throwing some heat and threw 4 innings and not give up a single hit. Then in the top of the 4th, Samantha Macias is at the plate with 2 outs, runners in scoring position, and she hits one down the right field line and it drops as both runners get batted in. The Chiefs take an early 2-0 lead. Lopez gets back in the circle and continues to deal as the Royal are hitless through 5. In the top of the 6th, Eliza Ion leads it off for the Chiefs and hits one deep left center field and it is gone. She goes yard as the Chiefs take a 3-0 lead. Into the 7th we go. There's 2 outs for the hitless Royal and Lopez pitches a pop-up and the Chiefs make the out. Lopez pitches a no-hitter as the Santa Fe Chiefs are your CIF Division IV champions. Here's what Coach Swan had to say about his team's performance.
That they are winners, they just didn't score the more runs today. And so they're going to be successful in whatever they do. And to take this feeling, it's going to be tough and it'll go away. But to remember the things that made them, gave them this successful season.
And this one is in the books as the Chiefs take it 3-0.
Hollywood is known to be the place to see celebrities and famous musicians. But yesterday was the time to see a different kind of star. The Pac-12 kicked off the football season with the traditional media day. This year, it was condensed down to 1 day from 2, and much of the attention was focused on Arizona's returning starters.
We've got a young team, but fortunately a lot of guys that have played, and I think our energy level because of that is high, and these guys are work in progress.
Much of that spark stems from quarterback Khalil Tate, who rushed for over 1,400 yards last season and had 111 pass completions.
He looks like a creative character. He looks like he can outrun a team, outthrow a team, and it's really fun to watch him play.
As exciting as Tate is to watch, the rivalry between U of A and Arizona State is the main event for Arizona residents. ASU head coach Herm Edwards is confident in his returning players.
I mean, we're going to be driven by our offense. There's a veteran presence over there. I mean, obviously you have a quarterback like Manny Wilkins, you have a receiver like Akil, and you've got some offensive linemen with some veteran presence.
It's a battle of experience versus progress, old versus new. But the preseason polls tell a different story.
Somebody's got to be first, somebody's got to be sixth, okay? It's great. It doesn't matter to me. We don't go by polls. I mean, we got our own aspirations. We're trying to win the Pac-12 championship. So whatever people write, they can write what they want. That's good. We don't. Hopefully, no players are listening to that. Because no coaches are listening to it.
Come November 24th, the rankings and assumptions will be put to the test when the Duel of the Desert takes storm. In Los Angeles, Andrew Castellano, Cronkite News. California's baseball's Andrew Vaughn made history yesterday as the first ever Golden Bear to win the prestigious Golden Spikes Award.
As soon as he said, I just put my head down. I just couldn't believe it. And I looked right to my family, and they were all busting up, and it was awesome.
The Golden Spikes Award is presented to the collegiate baseball player who best exhibits exceptional on-field ability and exemplary sportsmanship, criterion that Vaughn demonstrated.
You would think a guy would have some days where, you know, he doesn't have success or some weekends where he struggles, and that just never really happened. You just knew what you were getting every weekend.
Despite Vaughn's excellence on and off the field, the announcement of his name still sent his friends and family through a whirlwind of emotions.
I think we knew all year that he was one of the best players in the country. I think we knew he had a chance, and we felt like he had a really good chance to win it, but to hear his name called and to see him go through this, it was just great to be a part of it.
My mind was racing. I started shaking, and all I wanted to do was congratulate the guys next to me just because they had unbelievable seasons too, and any of us could have won it.
Vaughn got the full Hollywood experience being in a professional television studio. It was an event he was looking forward to his entire life.
I mean, every kid dreams about being in the limelight and then getting to do it for myself. And I mean, to say it's kind of weird, I got my makeup done and all that and got on stage, but it was a really great experience to be in ESPN. I was nervous, I was shaking a little bit, but that's just normal butterflies.
Vaughn has one more year before he is draft eligible, but has his eyes set on a different end goal.
I really want to go to a College World Series. I talk about this all the time. I talk about it with the coaches, and that's our utmost goal. It doesn't matter about personal recognition.
He wants to help guys in the cages, maybe help them with their swing. I mean, anything he can do to help other guys, help our team, help our coaching staff. You know, he's there for everybody, and that's just, it's pretty much every day on and off the field, and it's really special to see.
Brandon McGee was at an all-time low when his athletic career ended abruptly due to injuries.
So you're used to being a competitor, Arizona State, professional, both sports, to absolutely nothing. And you're sitting at home and you feel like, what do I do with my life? So I suffered from like anxiety attacks. That was really hard. You know, anxiety attacks, you feel like you're about to just die, like right in the spot.
Not knowing what career path to take next, McGee reflected on his time spent as a Sun Devil and used his ASU connections to pursue a career in media.
After I got done playing baseball, I got injured. So I contacted Mark Brand, which is in the media team of Arizona State, and he put out a mass email saying I want to do some broadcasting while I'm rehabbing in Arizona. So Chris Peterson reached out from Channel 12, and he hit me up and we started doing stories.
McGee continues to work for NBC and has made appearances on NFL Network's Good Morning Football. But he wanted more out of his professional life, so he pursued a spot in one of the most cutthroat industries.
You seen The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he acts, why can't I act? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna move out to LA and give this thing a try.
McGee went to ASU's Hollywood Film Spark Boot Camp, a career program that teaches students how to be versatile in the film industry and utilize the art of networking.
We give people like Brandon, comes from athletics but wants to move into the entertainment industry, and so our film career boot camp gave him a sense of how to take those generic professional development skills and apply them to the entertainment industry.
It was the best decision I've ever made. I want to be an actor, okay? I know it's tough to get on film. There's so many people out there want to act. But the people that produce and act and direct are the people that always work.
Through alumni connections in the industry, McGee got his break. Now his career has taken off. He has co-starred in a TV pilot and has been featured in commercials with Pepsi and Adidas. McGee attributes all of this success directly to ASU.
It's all about who you know. Everyone knows that, especially in this business. It taught me how to connect the dots, keep those connections, and stay within Arizona State. Each step, there's still somebody from Arizona State that's helping me.
In Los Angeles, Andrew Castellano, Cronkite News. Two-sport California State champion Christian Lavelle left nothing to chance during his recruitment.
Recruiting for me was more me reaching out to coaches on Twitter and them coming to the school. I actually reached out to ASU. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. I mean, they just wanted to come out and see me practice, watch me lift, kind of do some things. And then once they came out and watched me, they're like, all right, yeah, we want this kid. We think he'd be a great fit for our program, and kind of started from there.
If a demonstrated track record of winning makes someone a great fit, Lavalle's the poster child. His Mission Viejo football teams went 38-1 while he started and was the captain in his senior year. But there's more. Last month, he upset the form charts and won the state discus title. Just 7 months after a major injury, his success can be directly attributed to the culture set by the Diablos and their coach, Bob Johnson.
He just takes things very serious for a young man in high school. He's beyond his years. So that's why we were so good for the 4 years he was here.
When I was looking up to our seniors, we were never satisfied with. We went undefeated that year, and we were still not satisfied with every game. We came back on Saturdays, got better, went over what we did wrong.
Leader would be the first one that comes to mind. Hard worker, talented, aggressive, all those kind of things. I mean, he does a lot.
Lavelle used the discus as an opportunity to escape the rigorous demands of football while still maintaining his competitive edge.
It was definitely a good break from football. and it was something that I could be competitive in for myself, just to continue to have that competitive drive with another sport. And it's more of an individual thing where it was different. I've never really done a sport like that before.
Christian's track record of success is matched by his position coach at ASU, Antonio Pierce, a Super Bowl winning ex-NFL linebacker, whom Christian faced twice when Antonio was heading up rival high school, Long Beach Poly.
He's a big supporter of mine, so we definitely were excited when we heard he was getting the job and Coach Edwards was getting the job.
Christian will have a front row seat for Herm Edwards' inaugural campaign as the Devils head coach. He will be a gray shirt, which means he can start participating in football activities this winter. But that does not prevent him from setting lofty goals himself.
I want to start my 4 years, become all Pac-12, all conference, like defensive player of the year, maybe. So definitely setting big standards for myself, which I think is possible to hit. It's just got to work hard, that's all.
Former Arizona State softball pitcher Dallas Escobedo remembers her final collegiate game 4 years ago like it was yesterday.
It was my senior year and we were down in regionals and we needed to score to go to Supers, and Amber Freeman launches one to center field and it was Rob. It's like, wow. And then I was like in my room for 3 days like, okay, what do I do next? What's next?
It was not hard for Escobedo to figure out her next move. In 2014, she was the first overall pick of the National Pro Fast Pitch League and signed with the Pennsylvania Rebellion. But the standout pitcher was not ready to give up her ties to Arizona State.
Contacted the coach during that time and said, hey, I want to be on board. I want to get my master's. I want to learn. And the staff was like welcoming with wide open arms.
As a national champion in 2011 and four-time all-conference honoree, Escobedo had the resume to move from graduate assistant at ASU to becoming the pitching coach for Cal State Fullerton. Her athletic experience and knowledge only gets her so far in this new position.
I didn't realize how much office work there is. Video, film, watching, making sure that I read the hitters or who we're playing. For the girls, taking video of them in the bullpens and then breaking down, analyzing that, showing them how they could be better.
Escobedo can do more than just mentor the pitchers. She learned other facets of the game from her coach at ASU, Clint Myers.
If I needed to, I could help coach the outfield. I could coach base running. He made us do all the aspects of the game because you never knew what was going to happen.
Now she has come full circle back to the pitching mound. In fact, she is currently on the Mexican national team training for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, Japan.
Seeing that they're only taking 6 teams to compete there, it buckles us down a little bit more. It's just going to be a lot of cutthroat, but the best of the best is what we're looking for.
It might be tough for anyone else to juggle the requirements of coaching and playing, not for Escobedo.
I'm in love with coaching. I'm in love with the game. It's been a part of my life for forever now, and I don't want to leave at all playing-wise, and I don't want to leave coaching-wise, and I just started. So right now I see myself being a pitching coach for a while.
In Los Angeles, Andrew Castellano, Cronkite News. Cielo Mesa, who represented the Mexican softball team in the prestigious International Cup in Irvine over the weekend, made her first pitching appearance since committing to Arizona State. The junior transfer from Long Beach State and 2018 Big West Pitcher of the Year, where she went 22-5, chose ASU because of second-year head coach Trisha Ford.
I want the College World Series experience, and I know Coach Ford can get me there, and I would really want to be a part of her team, so I'm really excited about that. And just everything that ASU athletics stands for is what I want.
ASU finished 48-13 last year, third in the Pac-12, and advanced to the College Softball World Series. Mesa's transfer was received favorably by fellow Sun Devil Junior all-conference pitcher, Puerto Rican G. Juarez.
We're developing our program more. We get to make it better, and I think she can help us go further this year. Now I'll have more backup, and I think she's a pretty good pitcher. So, I mean, we're excited to have another arm for this program.
Juarez and Mesa were able to get some valuable international experience during the weekend. but their sights remain squarely on the upcoming season at ASU.
You can't get there alone. You can't get there on only one arm. You can't be successful on one arm, you know? And that's kind of like what you see a trend in. You can't get there alone. I think she'll definitely help us out this year.
I know we're going to do some damage, so I'm excited about that.
In Los Angeles, Andrew Castellano, Front Guide News.